Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing the Great Inferno. Yeah, I'm excited for this one, believe it or not. Now, most of you probably haven't heard of it. Doesn't surprise me. I'm surprised I've heard of it. I just happened to walk in on, like, I don't know, it was some movie a while back, and it had a trailer for it. It's weird, because usually I go into movies to avoid trailers. Like, I go in kind of late. Not late enough to actually skip the beginning of the movie, of course, just late enough to where I won't have to sit through too many trailers. So pretty much I end up seeing The Martian every time, because for whatever reason that movie comes last every single time for whatever reason. But anyway, this is an exploitation film, kind of like No Escape or I did a different exploitation film this year. Point is, I didn't like those ones. I actually like this kind. This is basically a gore fest with South American cannibals, which sounds hilarious. It's been a while since I've seen something like that, and I've never seen something like that in theaters. So I'm hoping it lives up to what it promises. Now, I'm a little concerned because it is rated R, and I know that some of the best exploitation films I've seen would not get away without an NC-17, but there are ways around this. So, we'll see. But I'm thinking this is gonna be just incredibly awesome to watch. And hopefully the talking parts aren't too boring. You don't go to these movies for dialogue and character development. No, you go to them for people ripping each other's livers out of their spines. Doesn't make sense, but it looked so cool. Yeah, I'm just excited. Apparently this takes direct inspiration from Cannibal Holocaust. I'm not sure that helps it, but, you know. Cool. Exploitation films inspiring exploitation films. Exactly what I want. So, yeah, let's see it. Pretty much exactly what I expected. So, in other words, great. Let's see. I was a little worried at first. The whole thing with this is you're gonna have a big gore fest. You want at least one character to be likable when you do this. You want at least one character to be likable, and the others to be slightly less likable, and one person to be a total asshole. That's the formula. I was a little worried that they were going too far on the others being less likable, but it balanced out in the end. The reason for that is that you don't want them to be too likable because you won't get any satisfaction from the gore. And you don't want them all to be complete dicks because then you won't get any kind of emotional connection from it. That's the balance. And also you need some person to be an actual protagonist, so you'll want at least one person to get out of there. And, you know, once it got into it, it started doing it right. Made me very happy. I think I did see some moments where they probably cut something out for the NC-17 rating, but for the most part, it's not. It didn't seem to interfere. As I said, if you're looking for it, you can kind of see it, but if you're just relaxing, you're just enjoying it, you won't notice. For instance, a dude gets his eyes gouged out. And I noticed that when his eye got out, they the impact shot was very close and not super graphic about it when it actually happened. We do still see his eye get ripped out and all the other stuff. It's not like the PG-13 cutaway, oh no, and we don't see his face again. It wasn't that. I don't know, you just don't see the full thing, if that makes any sense. Also, for whatever reason, the MPAA is so screwed up, but you can show a ton of gore on screen, but show nudity in that gore, and suddenly it's NC-17. That's the line, apparently. So, at one point, this lady's being tied down for a female circumcision. I know, isn't this movie great? And, you know, she's totally stripped naked. They are very meticulous in making sure they don't show her genitals. Because the MPAA will honestly shut you down for that. It's the craziest thing. Show all this gore, but you cannot see that area. It's not allowed. Whatever. But anyway, enough of that. It did a good job. It has a little bit of a mid-credits thing, which surprised me. These movies don't usually do that. And it was also a sequel-baiting mid-credits scene. That didn't make much sense, but it was still kind of funny. But, once again, pretty odd for this kind of movie. It's usually a one-time thing, and not usually a series. Unless you're talking about Elsa, but that's a different type of thing. That's Ilsa, the Nazi lady, not the Snow Queen. Spelled differently, too. But anyway. Just great moments in this. There's one scene where they try to escape by shoving pot, like this little bag of weed, down this dead lady's throat, so that when they cook her up, they all get high. It was so great. And one of them even pointed out how this shouldn't work. Like, they live in the jungle, dude. You don't think they smoke pot? But it works. They all get totally high off their ass from eating her. And then this one guy, like, he gets drugged outside the cage. It's like, oh good, they're still high. They're not gonna hurt me. And then they start, like, grabbing at him. He's like, oh no, they have the munchies. It was the funniest. Bear in mind, this isn't necessarily played for laughs, the whole thing. No point in the movie is it really like an actual horror comedy. It's just that when certain things happen, if you have a sense of humor like mine, it's incredibly entertaining. Yeah. That's about it. There's not much more to say. It's just great to see this sort of stuff in theaters still. Once again, screw the MPAA. It could have been just that tiny bit better. But they don't like that. But, yeah, very satisfying. The asshole character got what he deserved. The person we like doesn't get terrible things. Yeah, I like it. I very much do. And until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching A Dyer-Situation.